show you how to make a pop tab frog. You can put these on your keychains, hook them on your purse, or on your keys. I keep mine on my key ring for my work locker. But the supplies you'll need: I'm using scrap yarn, a pop tab, and a size D or 3 to 3.125 millimeter hook. Smaller the better, I find. This is just the smallest hook I have. Get that, I don't know, what do you call it, a slip knot? But we're gonna get the slip knot. By doing that, you're gonna grab the tail. I wrap around these 2 fingers. Now you have a loop. You're gonna take the working tail, which is what's connected to your ball of yarn. You're going to take your working tail and slip it through that loop that you just made around your fingers. And then you're just going to pull that shut, and then you have your knot. You've got your tail, your working tail. Go ahead and tighten that onto your hook. Wind it around your fingers however you like to hold it. I prefer keeping it around my 2 and then wrapped around my index. Hold your yarn however is comfortable. And then we start with the bottom hole of our pop tab. For this video, we will be referring to this as the top and this is the bottom. We are going to start with 2 single crochets. If the tail would work with me. 2 single crochets into the bottom of the pop tab. 2. This is why I say the smaller the better on hook size. Then you're going to chain 6. Once you have your 16, you're going to slip stitch back into that 5th stitch. Chain 2. Slip stitch back into that same stitch. Slip stitch, not single crochet. Chain another 2. And here you can see my yarn is changing color, so it'll be something that's slightly easier for you to see. And then 1 more slip stitch back into that. And there you have his little toes, or what will be his little toes. And then you're going to slip stitch back down that chain 6. Back to single crochet into the bottom. I usually do 4 or 5 into this bottom part. You just kind of vibe it out until you find out where you want his other bottom leg. And you will need to fight the yarn around the bottom of the pop tab because it is essentially open piece of metal. Be careful, you don't want to cut yourself. That would, it hurts. Hurts like a bitch. So that's 2 single crochets. I think I'm going to go for 4 this time around. No, I lied. I'm going for 3. And we are going to chain 6 again for the other leg. 6. And we're going to slip stitch into the 5th, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch 1 more time, and then slip stitch back down that leg. Be careful not to do another slip stitch into the same slip stitch you've been doing. That would just give him an extra toe. And then we are going to chain two single crochets, no, 3 single crochets. I'm remembering my pattern as I make this. 3 single crochets after you've done the leg. It gets a little crowded, but you can do it, I promise. 3 single crochets there. We've got 2 on this side, 1 on this side. You'll see in a minute why. Next, we are going to do 1 single crochet into the top loop of the pop tab. I'm going to do my top leggy here. So that's again chain 6, slip stitch into the number 5. I'm off camera. Give yourself a little bit more yarn to work with. Who likes my little ball? It's so nice and neat. I love making my scrap yarn into little yarn balls. I got half of them laying around for the cats to play with. Anyways, chain 2, slip stitch. That is a double crochet, sorry. Slip stitch. Chain 2. Slip stitch one more time. Back into the chain, we slip stitch down the chain. And we're going to 1 single crochet. And I want his eye bumps to be right next to where I put that, and I need to go get my bead real quick. I will be right back because I'm gonna put beads to show you where the eyes go. Alright, I have returned with 2 yellow eyes. I feel like that'll go good with this yarn, and it will show you exactly what I mean. So, we are going to chain 1, put the bead on our hook, chain 1 more, and we're going to do another slip stitch, not slip stitch, single crochet. We are going to do 2 single crochets in between where we have our eyes. So that's 1, here's 2, I'm going to chain my 1, put the bead on, give myself more yarn to work with. Chain my second one through that pony bead. If I gave myself enough space, I did. Give yourself that 1 single crochet. And now, your little froggy has eyes. They look a little wonky because the pony beads are a bit too big for the yarn, but that's okay. We are going to chain 6 for our last arm. Slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, 1 more, and now we're in pink. Figure out what way the arm is hanging, and then slip stitch back down the arm. Try and make sure you're not flipping your project like I just did there. It'll make the arms a little twisty. We're going to single crochet there. We're going to scoot this yarn over and we are going to go back into the bottom loop of the pop tab. Do 1 single crochet, and then I like to close my yarn off with 1 chain. Give myself a nice big loop here. Let's figure out which one's my working yarn, and then give myself a decent sized tail. If my scissors work. Give myself a decent sized tail, and we're just going to pull that through that single crochet. We're just going to tighten it, and it'll make a nice little knot there. Usually, I stick this into how we started the frog, and I weave in my ends like so. Now, by no means do you have to weave in your ends. You can always just like glue that knot so nothing comes loose. I just feel like this makes my project a little more secure for being on keychains. And you know what? Just because this is going on a keychain for a friend, I'm just gonna go ahead and tie myself a neat little knot right there. Cut this little friend up. That's a bad phrasing. I'm sorry I said that. We're gonna give the little shit a trim. Save your scraps. You can use them to stuff other projects. Wrap up nice and neat. Figure his eyes out. If you want to poke them through, you can poke them through. Pony beads happen to be the same size as that chain too. There you go. Little pop tab keychain frog.